Everyone creates the thing they dread. Men of peace create agents of war. Invaders create avengers. The victors program their future enemies. All of shit fear. Inevitably, men die from their own remedies. What the fuck is the sense in that? We keep fighting each other. This doesn't make sense. What the fuck are we doing? Fuck this shit. I'm done with this reality. I'm done.
Embrace the dark so you can see so many things in a different perspective. Perception is projection, so what the fuck, bring it down, cause it's on and you'll see so many different perspectives that you don't wanna be in. Because if you do, you're gonna regulate and alternate all those realities. Parallel to be exact, don't go out of body because it might be whack for you if you don't know what to do. Astral project, that's the way it goes. But then again, if you go out of mind, you will be out of sight. So what the fuck, yo? Bring it down cause it's on the slow, cause you will be with this old soul. Alone but you wouldn't wanna be, because you don't even know what to do with all that solitary. Now you see many things coming at you with so many dissonance. What the fuck you gonna do when you really see all this pressure coming at you? Depression's gonna hit you hard. PTSD, now you know what it's gonna go around. It's gonna be like that. Now you really don't know what to do next, because if you do, you might just wanna flex all those magic numbers.
Everyone creates the thing they dread. Men of peace create agents of war. Invaders create avengers. The victors program their future enemies. All of shit fear. Inevitably, men die from their own remedies. What the fuck is the sense in that? We keep fighting each other. This doesn't make sense. What the fuck are we doing? Fuck this shit. I'm done with this reality. I'm done.
Embrace the dark so you can see so many things in a different perspective. Perception is projection, so what the fuck, bring it down cause it's on and you'll see so many different perspectives that you don't wanna be in. Because if you do, you're gonna regulate and alternate all those realities. Parallel to be exact, don't go out of body because it might be whack for you if you don't know what to do. Astral project, that's the way it goes. But then again, if you go out of mind, you will be out of sight. So what the fuck, yo? Bring it down cause it's on the slow, cause you will be with this old soul. Alone but you wouldn't wanna be, because you don't even know what to do with all that solitary. Now you see many things coming at you with so many dissonance. What the fuck you gonna do when you really see all this pressure coming at you? Depression's gonna hit you hard. PTSD, now you know what it's gonna go around. It's gonna be like that. Now you really don't know what to do next, because if you do, you might just wanna flex all those magic numbers.
Everyone creates the thing they dread. Men of peace create agents of war. Invaders create avengers. The victors program their future enemies. All of shit fear. Inevitably, men die from their own remedies. What the fuck is the sense in that? We keep fighting each other. This doesn't make sense. What the fuck are we doing? Fuck this shit. I'm done with this reality. I'm done.
Embrace the dark so you can see so many things in a different perspective. Perception is projection, so what the fuck, bring it down cause it's on and you'll see so many different perspectives that you don't wanna be in. Because if you do, you're gonna regulate and alternate all those realities. Parallel to be exact, don't go out of body because because it might be whack with you if you don't know what to do. Astral project, that's the way it goes. But then again, if you go out of mind, you will be out of sight. So what the fuck, yo? Bring it down, cause it's on the slow, cause you will be with this old soul. Alone with you wouldn't wanna be, because you don't even know what to do with all that solitary. Now you see many things coming at you with so many dissonance. What the fuck you gonna do when you really see all this pressure coming at you? Depression's gonna hit you hard. PTSD, now you know what it's gonna go on around. It's gonna be like that. Now you really don't know what to do next, because if you do, you might just wanna flex all those magic numbers.
Everyone creates the thing they dread. Men of peace create engines of war. Invaders create avengers. The victors program their future enemies. All of shit fear. Inevitably, men die from their own remedies. What the fuck is the sense in that? We keep fighting each other. This doesn't make sense. What the fuck are we doing? Fuck this shit! I'm done with this reality! I'm done!
Embrace the dark so you can see so many things in a different perspective. Perception is projection, so what the fuck, bring it down, put this on and you'll see so many different perspectives that you don't wanna be in, because if you do, you're gonna regulate and alternate all those realities. Parallel to be exact, don't go out of body, because it might be whack with you if you don't know what to do. Astral project, that's the way it goes. But then again, if you go out of mind, you will be out of sight. So what the fuck, yo? Bring it down, cause it's on the slow, cause you will be with this old soul. Alone with you wouldn't wanna be, because you don't even know what to do with all that solitary. Now you see.
Alright, so I only came on here real quick just to finish off my workout and give you guys a few little tips. If there's any questions, I'll go ahead and answer them. If not, this is my last half. I'm doing it this time with the UFC MMA gloves, but I recommend you put the extra strap around your to go up on your wrist. Okay, you go a little bit up and then obviously you come back down towards the Velcro, because you want it to be stiff. If you don't do that, it won't be stiff. All right, I'll show you what I mean. So this is normal. Okay, you see the padding? If you put it the way the normal is, it's still too much play. But if you bring it up a little bit and cover that padding up a little bit, go up a little bit, and then towards the end, come back down. Now you have a lot of stiffness here. And see, it won't go up. It's very. I'm using a lot of muscle right now to try to do this. So it's more protection for your wrist. All right. So basically, I'm just gonna go smooth and slow, because slow is smooth and smooth is fast. To basically go at a practical rate of speed, to go at a realistic rhythm of battle. Okay, I'm gonna go with my mouthpiece in. There's a double M bag, uppercut bag, sideways, it moves around freely. And we got a heavy bag over there. Alright, so right now I'm just going to go all out, not go all out, but just go non-stop for about 15-20 minutes before, it's already about to be 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but I'm still going to go at it and finish off this workout. And if anybody has any questions, go ahead and leave the comments, and I'll answer. any questions that might pop up. So let me see. How can I change this? Alright, so now I can see the questions. If there's any questions, go ahead and drop them on there. But what I'm going to try to get lost in is my rhythm of breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth, right? Mouth is in because you want to train as you would fight, because you will fight as you would train. If you train without it, it's going to be that much more difficult, that much more taxing when you're in your real fight. So train with this in, even if it's very uncomfortable. The body will adapt to anything you consistently expose it to. Okay, it does show it. Just wanted to make sure it still said, whatever the way, a true master of strategy, doesn't matter what the technique may be, it never appears fast. Because slow is smooth and smooth is fast. I'm just gonna keep striking, striking, striking. Gracias, Jose Rojas. Thank you. Much love. Right back at you with the support. Have any questions or you want to teach me something, please share it with me. Whoever else will read this in the future, since I'm barely coming back, will read that too. Thank you so much for your time. Always work with your mouthpiece in. It takes so many muscles. Thank you for the reminder, Jose Rojas. I'm gonna try that now. More backhands, not just reverse elbows, but I'm gonna work on those angles to set up those backhands. So thank you for the reminder, Jose. What's up? We put a little bit of music on when I'm doing this. Hopefully it's not too loud. It's gonna be faintly in the background.
Forget about me, cause I don't exist. I flow through the ether. Multidimensionally, I share my insights. Call me a preacher, almost like a ghost. I'll teleport back home like E.T. I'll be gone in an instant. So don't blink, so don't blink, so don't blink, cause you might just miss everything. The entire course of a man's life has many times been changed by a single thought, which coming to him in a flash became a mighty power that altered the whole current of human events. History is repeated with the stories of strong-minded, resolutely willed individuals who steadfastly holding to their inner convictions have been able to inspire their fellow man, and in the face of tremendous and determined opposition have literally created out of nothing new businesses, huge empires, and new worlds. They had no monopoly of thought power. You and every man and every woman have it. All you have to do is use it. You will then become the person you envision in your imagination. Know yourself. Know your power. Never forget. Believe will supply the power which will enable you to succeed on everything you undertake. Back your belief with the resolute will and you will become unconquerable. A master among men. Be yourself. A true warrior has resolute acceptance of death, because nothing else will stop them then. Nothing. Not even death. Not even death. Not even death. You cannot defeat me. You can't make me bow down. You cannot defeat me. Forget about me, cause I don't exist. I flow through the ether. Multidimensionally, I share my insights. Call me a preacher, almost like a ghost. I'll teleport back home like E.T. I'll be gone in an instant. So don't blink, so don't blink.
Now I'm to the point where I'm my own worst enemy.
I
lactic acid, I need water, and I gotta take it. So I can train that warrior spirit and not rely on anything other than self. No water, no cheering, no cornerman. Me, the soul, coherence, the brain, multidimensional after that.
And in
So,
the face of
let's get that
tremendous
rhythm.
and determined opposition, have
And
literally
using the real rhythm of
created
battle
nothing, new
while having
businesses,
enough is
huge empires,
boy,
and
it's
new
10 times
worlds.
worse.
They had no monopoly of thought
Cardio out.
power. You and every man and every woman have it. All you have to do is use it. You will then become the person you envision in your imagination. Know yourself. Know your power. Never forget. Believe will supply the power which will enable you to succeed on everything you undertake. Back your belief with the resolute will, and you will become unconquerable. A master among men. Be yourself. A true warrior has resolute acceptance of death, because nothing else will stop them then. Nothing. Not even death. Not even death. Not even death.
Only way to beat the lactic acid, breathing. Oxygen is key. Conscious breath. Into your nose, out your mouth. Use that chi.
Forget about me, cause I don't exist. I flow through the ether. Multidimensionally, I share my insights. Call me a preacher, move like a ghost. I'll teleport back home like E.T. I'll be gone in an instant. So don't blink, so don't blink, so don't blink, cause you might just miss everything. The entire course of a man's life has many times.
Now I'm just going to try to strike at about 35% or so. We try to go at least 90% speed. The art of war, make them think you're weak when you're strong, make them think you're strong when you're weak. Take unexpected measures so that they're not expecting your avenue of approach. Vision is weak, perception is stronger. View through the entire core, not just your eyes. This is what will make you unstoppable. Training with the mouthpiece in. Not the singular one, but the one that goes on both. Like a boxer's mouthpiece. You work out your stabilizing muscles, your facial muscles. Think about this, just to kiss. Pucker up like that. It takes about 22 muscles. Imagine what you're doing when you're cleansing on this. And huffing and puffing through your training. It's gonna suck. Eventually you will adapt to it. Yes, even you pros. I notice you guys don't even train with your mouthpiece in. If you were to train with your mouthpiece in, it would literally, no joke, would be 10 times better. So imagine you fighters out there that are phenomenal as it is, but don't train with the mouthpiece in. Trust me, you will go to a whole different level training with this. Crawl, walk, run. Take it nice and smooth at first. When you first try it, don't try to go where you left off without it. As it will take its toll, and it might mess with your confidence a tiny bit until you can get back used to it. And you might not even try to get used to it because it's that difficult to train with the mouthpiece in at all times, unless you need to talk to somebody. Because remember, you will fight as you were trained. So imagine all those pros that are fighting phenomenally, but not training with this at all. They only put it for sparring, right? And for the fight. That's it. Look around, ask around, you'll see. 99% of people, it's rare when you meet the one that wears this all the time, but you will see it in in his or her performance. If they're training with this at all times, even when they're not in the gym. If you knew my age, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. And I had the same body I did 20 years ago. And I was fighting professionally 20 years ago. But I look like this. I'm not stuttering, even though I was blown up many times in Iraq. It's all in the mind. I'm not trying to say that everybody's making stuff up. I'm living proof. What I mean by that is the all is mind, the universe is mental. Meaning what you perceive, what you're ready to see, what your brain is ready to perceive. That's what you're going to project out. So if you're seeing negativity out there, guess what? As above, so below. As inside, so outside. Before you start judging out, even if you thought about it, okay, I'm about to say this, but maybe I shouldn't. Why am I thinking this? This higher self need me to know something. Am I reflecting something to myself with this judgment? And you'll see most of the time it is. It's not a direct judgment, but metaphorically it will be. Similar to like dreams. Dreams are never a direct representation of your current reality. It's a direct representation, reflection of your current consciousness, what it's ready to perceive. Nothing is ever direct when it comes to dreams. Alright, so don't fear your dreams, man. Some people have some wicked dreams, but it has nothing to do with reality. It has things to do with your consciousness, what your higher self wants you to know that you need to clear in a certain sense. So let's become more multidimensional, more supernatural by training with your mouthpiece in. You'll see, man, your body will thank you, your brain will thank you, the coherence will thank you. When you're doing hand and eye coordination with this thing on, it's much more difficult, but imagine what happens when you adapt to it. Your body will adapt to anything you consistently expose it to. Alright? That's the beauty about the body. It really is that phenomenal. So anyhow, gotta get going. Don't forget, you must laugh at the face of your helplessness or go insane. What you see in the back right here, especially this double M bag and music, is what helped me preserve my sanity while I was in Iraq. If it wasn't for that, I would have been crazy by now, because that was back in 2005 and 2006. That long ago. So through fighting through this battle with PTSD is how I found out all these avenues of approach of self and these 4 planes of existences: physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional. Work on all those 4, as above, so below, as inside, so outside. That means your perception is projection. So if you're multidimensionally optimized inside, guess what your external reality would be like? You'll be manifesting things like that through the law of attraction. things you desire. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what creates ambition, right? You must desire. It's fine. But work your way peeling at it so that you don't need anything else other than what's inside. That's the true meaning of letting go of desire, letting go of ego. So that ego does not rule over you. So that ego functions out of service from the heart. When that happens, ego becomes divine. Gotta get going. Don't forget, we detoxify 70% of toxins through breathing alone. So imagine how much detoxification it did there. Alright? When you breathe in, what do you think boxers have an insane pack of abs? Because all that breathing, all that crunching with every single breath. Again, if you're about 24 years old watching this, I'm literally old enough to be your father. That's how old I am. I'm fucking old, I'm telling you. And I still look like this. That's because of the breathing. Breathing is key. And having a holistic approach. Alright? Gotta get going. I can't help you out with fight sports weight management. Again, I'm not gonna tell you my age, but if you knew my age and you're like, wait, and you look like that, don't mean to sound arrogant or anything like that, but it's the truth. That's how much the 1, 2, 3, 4 flush works, helping you transform from the inside out in at least 4 planes of existences: physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional. That's what I learned fighting my inner demons with this PTSD. I've tamed it, I conquered it, now I get to play with it. And I just keep repeating that cycle. And it's a wonderful experience learning from PTSD once you tame it, just like taming the ego. Same thing, you can never get rid of it. Might as well tame it. That way you can use it to your advantage like I just did. Again, if you knew my injuries from war and how old I am, you'd be like, that's impossible. There's no way you have all those injuries. There's no way you're that old. There's no way you went through all of that, was blown up all those times, and you move like that. And I'm just barely getting started again, because it took me a long time of soul searching to get rid of this PTSD. Alright, so I want to share this with you all. If you have any questions on weight management, trust me, I'm at fighting weight right now, and I've been walking in fighting weight for over a decade now. At 144 right now. Alright, I can bulk up a little bit more, cut very little more because I'm lean muscle. I'm no fat reserves. Alright, but hey, if you ever need a boxer, MMA fighter, or bare knuckle fighter, and you need it last minute, hey, I might be able to fill in that gap for you guys if last minute cancellation happens. That's how most of my fights have been. I can care less about the fame and all that, but I will rock the show because I don't worry about that. I just worry what's in front of me. Alright, so I can also help you out with the fight camp if you need that, so let me know. I have a full place. It's a retreat, basically. We call it Soul Reviver, rehabilitating every veteran or vessel internally via emotions and resonance. Reviver. Alright, even fighters need it, because once you get a loss, it's like literally like death of self. For those of you who have lost or something, or known someone who lost, that were really good, you'll see how 85% of the time it will break that fighter down, and that fighter will be down for a month and a half or 2 until they start to come back. Some of them, and some, even though they train and they look intimidating, in here they're not ever there again, because some don't know what to do when they get rocked, and it's natural. It's a form of PTSD, and we can easily bypass that through neuroplasticity or neurolinguistic programming through clinical hypnotherapy. I know all of those. Been training those for over a decade. I can help you guys out. Trust me. I've helped many veterans and many fighters get out of their blockages that's holding them back from success once again. Alright? My name is Jesus Nizaya Medina, aka Striker. As you can see, I strike a lot. And the striker is what helped to save my life when I was in Iraq. I was in the striker all those times I was blown up. So the striker saved my life, and thus I give honor to the striker and strike a lot. As you can see, I don't slow down. Alright, so that's another thing. Breath. Find that real rhythm of battle. Alright, there's different types of rhythms. Pendulum swing to the left is as equal to the pendulum swing to the right. Rhythm compensates. Your rhythm. You're the one that becomes the timing. You're the one that becomes the processor of timing that rhythm of your opponent. Timing will always beat speed. Finesse will always trump power. Alright, when you get leverage, that trumps power as well. You could be a small dude with leverage. What is leverage? When you throw in your jab, bring this back. Alright, look what happens with this one naturally. That's leverage. Once again, bam, I bring this back like if I'm turning on a lawnmower, but don't go all the way back because then you don't have the guard. See how that guard is there the whole time? But you pull back to get that power. You can do it with the jab. So once you're done with the jab, bring back that jab so you can throw that straight hard. Same thing. Bring it back so you can bring out that jab. See, getting that leverage. See, getting that leverage. Now, gotta get going. Money limited to creativity. Pain is temporary. Pride is eternal. Fulfillment lasts forever. The fight will be worth it. Whether it's mental, physical, spiritual, or emotional, the universe. YOU, the universe inside of you, will reciprocate back dearly all efforts put out. It's just the way energy works, baby. One love. Peace.
Step up to me, and my energy will dismantle utterly your mentality, and it might put you in the brink of insanity. Teach yourself a lesson, forget about me, cause I don't exist. I flow through the ether, multidimensionally, I share my insights. Call me a creature, almost like a ghost. I'll teleport back home like E.T. I'll be gone in an instant, so don't blink, cause you might just miss everything. The entire course of a man's life has many times been changed by a single thought, which coming to him in a flash became a mighty power that altered the whole current of human events. History is repeated with the stories of strong-minded, resolutely willed individuals who steadfastly holding to their inner convictions have been able to inspire their fellow man, and in the face of tremendous and determined opposition have literally created out of nothing new businesses, huge empires, and new worlds. They had no monopoly of thought power. You and every man and every woman have it. All you have to do is use it. You will